Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Narayanam Gurum Vande Sharanyam Bhaktavandavam Gauramanovistam Purnam Radhadasyam Pradayakam Rupanugacharya Varyam Rupamanjari Preshtakam Patita Pavana Karunyam Yugacharya Narayanam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaura Tvise Namaha Shama Sundara Shrikanda Shekhara Ismira Hasar Murali Manohara Radhikara Sikamam Kripanide Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Guru Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Brindai Tulasi Devyai Priyai Keshava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Sattvatyai Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So first of all I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradattam Shri Guru Pada Padma Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Shtotra Sata Srimad Shri Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudeva. And to my most worshipable Shiksha and Sannyasa Guru Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Shtotra Sata Srimad Shri Bhakti Vijnana Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to all Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga, to all Tridandi Sannyasas, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, my most respectful obeisances. So by the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all Mahabhagavatas Acharyas, we are able to assemble here one more time. So now the verse 32. Yatapati apatya suridam anuvriti ranga strinam swadharamaiti dharma vidatvayuktam astuevam etadupadesha pade tvaishe prishto bhavam stanubhritam kila bandhuratma. Now the gopis are saying, "Oh beloved, you are fully conversant with the esoteric aspects of religion. You have instructed us about the ethical principle that the prescribed duty of a woman is to serve her husband, children, and relatives. So according to this, we should serve you who is our master, because you, being directly the Supreme Lord, are the ultimate goal of all instructions. You are the dearmost friend and the very soul of all living entities. Service to you includes automatically the service of husbands and children." So in this verse, again, the gopis are giving a very good excuse by saying that whatever Krishna said was true, but because he is the Supreme Lord, by serving him, everyone will be automatically also served. So now the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada Vaishnava Toshani. So to what the gopis said, Krishna he may object by saying it is the duty of a woman to serve husband and family members. So why are you not following these instructions? For noble ladies like yourselves, serving one's husband is the supreme dharma. Why you are not following this order? So then the gopis, they anticipated that Krishna would speak about karma, and then they use the argument of Vedanta. And the conclusion is that the absolute truth, which is directly opposed to karma mimamsa. The gopis, they use their intelligence and they exposed Krishna's shortcomings. And then they teach him what is Atma Tattva. In this way, the gopis are saying, we are not involved with any irreligious act. So the gopis, they use a very sarcastic word to refer to Krishna as Dharmavid. Dharmavid means the knower of religion. So the gopis say, you say that the woman's topmost duty is to serve her husbands, but actually, so this is the conclusion that you take as a dharmavid. But actually, this instruction only applies to you. So the gopis, they use the argument called Upadesha Pada, which means to take instructions from all the scriptures. Then they quote one verse from Vedanta Sutra, Shastra Yonitvat. This Brahma is the origin of all the scriptures. Then they quote another verse, Tatu Samanvayat, means all the scriptures are actually connected with Brahma. So according to this logic, the conclusions of all the scriptures is Brahma. So to serve all husbands actually means to serve you. But then Krishna, he might reply saying, how can I be the subject matter of all the scriptures? Then the gopis reply, no, certainly you are the Supreme Soul, Paramatma, because you are the dearmost of all the living beings. So when a person loves someone else, they actually love for the pleasure of their own soul. But you are the Supreme Soul, and they are the object of everyone's prema. So you are also everyone's ever well-wisher and the best friend. Paramatma, he gives the living force into the senses and the bodies of all living entities. So you are the dearest friend of all. So this proves that you are the Supreme Soul and the Almighty Master. So consequently, you are the only person who deserves our service. And by serving you, we will get the result of all kinds of religious activities. In this way, Krishna, he might reply saying, you can give up all the objects of sense enjoyment if you wish, but still you have to perform your own duty. But then the gopis, they say, with a little bit of envy, that actually you are giving us instruction, but actually you are the object of that instruction, not us. So it means that you have to follow your own religious instructions. Then Krishna asks, how is this possible? Then the gopis, they reply saying that Krishna is the dearmost friend of all. You attract the hearts of all the living beings because you inspire everyone as the presiding deity of their heart, Paramatma. So if we are making any mistake, this is actually your fault, not ours. And you have to be taught to rectify your own faults. So what the gopis are saying is that Krishna is Paramatma, he's inspiring everyone. If they're making any mistake, this is Krishna's fault, not the gopis' fault. So for example, the king is called the enjoyer of the country, but is actually the residents of the kingdom who are able to relish the kingdom itself. Here, the word enjoyer actually means master or controller. So in the same way, the enjoyment of the soul must be understood as the enjoyment of the Supreme Lord himself. If this meaning is not accepted, then Krishna, he must be taken as a jiva. So as the Supreme Controller, Krishna is the enjoyer of all objects. Another meaning is there, that you are not the instructor of Dharma, and we have not come to inquire about it, gopis say to Krishna. You are Atma, you are the soul, the gopis say. Why? Because Atma cannot be the instructor. The Atma has to be somebody else. Because Atma cannot be the teacher of Atma. So we do not have any instructor. Because we have seen you directly as Paramatma. We have never seen our husbands, we have never accepted them as our masters. So therefore, we are not bound to serve them. So in other words, what the gopis are saying is that if someone accepts any guru, any husband, any father as authority, then they have to follow them. But the gopis never accepted anyone apart from Krishna as authority. Therefore, they are not bound to serve them. So in this way, according to the Vaishnava point of view, the word yadu yuktam can be explained in two different ways. So first, the word Swamini is accepted as a master, but actually it means the soul shelter. So those who have taken shelter of Bhagavan are not under the command of any religion or irreligion. So Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.41 says that all those who have taken shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda by body, mind and words are no longer indebted to demigods, sages, family members, ancestors, etc. So in this way, bhakti to Bhagavan is even superior to dharma. And then another meaning is that the word Ishwar is actually the cause of the vitality of husband, children, and family members. So basically, Paramatma and Atma, they are actually the original basis of the husband and the family members. So the gopis say to Krishna that you are actually the source of all their living power. So you are the only one that should be served. All these scriptures, they give the instruction that everyone should worship the lotus feet of Bhagavan and not any other person. So in this way, the gopis, they joke with Krishna. They say, you should keep to yourself all these instructions regarding service to the husband. When you assume the form of Mohini, who is very beautiful, did you practice the duty of serving your husband? Why not? Because actually you are the preceptor, you are the master. So if the guru gives instruction to follow dharma, but he himself is not following, then the disciple will automatically feel inclined not to follow. In this way, the gopis, they say that you are directly the Supreme Lord and you are expert in all arts and fields of knowledge. And you are qualified to practice such dharma. You may think that no one will love you because you disguise as a woman, but you should not think like that because you are loved by everyone. Because Krishna has a very fascinating nature. He is loved by everyone. Therefore the gopis call him Prishtham, the dearmost, and also Bandhuratma, which means a very close relative and also one's very self. So this was the meaning of the gopis' reaction in a humble way. Now, the gopis' reaction in a contrary way. So the gopis say, hey Krishna, you are expert in dharma. That is why you are instructing us to serve our husbands and children. This is called a women's swadharma, women's own duty. But this word swadharma can have a different meaning if you split into su plus adharma. Su adharma means extremely irreligious. In this way, the gopis are saying to Krishna, we have to serve our actual husband, not the illusory one. You are our real husband, so therefore you have to be served. If you yourself are giving instruction but is not capable of following it, then you should not give instructions. But if you are speaking and you can put in practice, then you are the most qualified to give instruction. Then Krishna may ask why. Then the gopis reply, because you are the shelter of prema for all kinds of living entities. You are the dearmost object of love, and you are the soul of everyone. So Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4.68, Krishna says, the sadhus are my heart, and I am their hearts. So in this way, the gopi is saying, you are the object as well as the shelter of all the sadhus' hearts. And vice versa, they are also for you. So if you become indifferent to the unlimited sadhus in Vrindavan, then we can give up our attachment to our husbands. Because our husbands are also residents of Vrindavan, but they are few in number. So in this way, the gopis are joking with Krishna by saying, this is the reason why you are so unconcerned about us. So in this way, the gopis, they say, O Krishna, you have commanded the women to serve their husband, children, and other family members as their prescribed duty. But let the recipient of this service be you, and the instructor himself also be you, because you are the dearmost friend and the very soul of all living entities. You are the supreme master, and as well as the shelter for all. And you know very well how to deal with our husbands. So there is no need to advise us about this matter. So what the gopis wants to say is that Krishna is in the heart of everyone. Krishna is the inspiration, is the shelter for everyone. So he can actually control their husbands much better than they can do. Krishna is saying to gopis they should serve their husbands, but gopis say you can serve them much better than us. You can deal with them. They are also part and parcel of you. They were also created by you. So you are the very life of all the residents of Vrindavan. They are also residents of Vrindavan. So in this way, please, you take care of them. Don't tell us that we have to take care of them. So now the commentary of Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, Sarartha Darshini. So now some gopis, they are trying to defeat Krishna using his own words against him. So the gopis are saying that you have reminded us about the duties of women. You have also ordered us to serve our husbands and family members. So we are not opposing your order. Also, we are not saying anything against it. But on the contrary, we follow your order all the time. And you can ask us, how do you follow my orders? Then we answer saying that we are applying this, your order, to yourself. So you are the most qualified instructor of Dharma, and you are advising us to serve our husbands. We have come here to assist that husband who is worthy of our attention. So please tell us, is there any husband other than you that we should serve? The scriptures tell us that we should first serve the Acharya and then after serve others. And by serving the Acharya, the Guru, we can achieve the genuine religiosity. And after that, we can be accepted by the Supreme Lord himself. And if the Acharya himself is being accepted as the Supreme Lord, not different from the Supreme Lord, then how can we find someone superior to the Acharya to worship? So this means that when the Supreme Lord is the Guru, we have to serve him and not any other husband. So now the gopis are calling Krishna as Isha, means the Supreme Master. You are dear to everyone because you are everyone's true friend. You are the Supreme Controller and the Super Soul of all living beings. So to serve a husband who accepts the presence of Paramatma, this is a real Dharma. Because the scriptures do not approve the service to a husband who is against Paramatma. Without you, Paramatma, Krishna, husbands, sons, and other relatives, they are just like dead bodies. So when someone dies, the relatives, they will take that body for the cremation and they will perform their last rites. So you are the Supreme Lord who have incarnated here. So if we serve you, automatically our husbands will be also served. It means that that husband who is not following Paramatma, he is like a dead body. There is no need to serve a dead body. So now one objection can be raised by saying that the pure love will naturally keeps the Aishwarya Jnana covered. So therefore, the gopis who have so much love for Krishna, they do not have this Aishwarya Jnana in their hearts. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there is the description of prema by saying that prema is by nature sometimes heating, sometimes cooling. And by the combination of meeting and separation, so many different types of rasas are manifested. So in this way, prema is manifested in a very indescribable way. So Rupa Goswami Pad, he writes in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.38, Brahmanand Vavesha Chit Parardha Gunivrita Naiti Bhakti Sukham Bodhe Paramanutulam Api. If you multiply the bliss of merging in Brahman for the number of days of Brahma's life, it still cannot be compared to one particle of the pleasure of Krishna's sweetness. So it means that the bliss, the ananda of bhakti is much greater than the Brahmananda. So for the gopis, even in the time of separation, there is some type of bliss which is more intense than the heat from millions of suns. So it means that this prema arising out of separation has a very powerful heating effect. And because of this heat, it's like a very powerful sun. And sun brings light. And when there is light, you can see the qualities of your beloved very clear. So during the separation, all Krishna's qualities will be completely manifested, very clear to the gopis. So in the same way, when Krishna meets with the gopis, that same prema will generate one type of bliss which is as cooling as millions of moons. In this way, only his sweetness is visible, and then his majesty will become hidden. So what he's saying here is that during separation, the Aishwarya and Madhurya are revealed, but during the meeting, only the Madhurya is revealed. But the Prema at the time of separation is different because it reveals both Aishwarya and Madhurya. Why? Because in the time of meeting, if there is any Aishwarya, it means that the Prema is immature. So therefore, when gopis are feeling separation, they will speak out about all Krishna's qualities in Aishwarya and also Madhurya. So this is a very important, very subtle aspect that we can understand now. So what to speak of the qualities that exist in Krishna? The power of Prema can even make the gopis glorify the qualities that is not even in Krishna. This is like exaggerating the qualities of your beloved. So here the example of Bharat Maharaj is given when he sees the footprints of the baby deer on the ground. He says, oh, this earth is most fortunate. What austerities it has performed to be able to receive the footprints of this baby deer, and also that is being used as a place for the fire sacrifices of the Brahmanas. Anyway, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he just, have suddenly changed, and he gave example of Bharat Maharaj. I cannot understand why he gave. This is due to his bhavas. But somehow or other, the context is that Prema will make you exaggerate about someone's qualities. So anyway, this is the end of the commentary. So we are going to stop here. Panchakalpatarvyasya kripa sindhuvevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo. Hare Krishna.